Hi, how many books have you read in the last few years? How effective those books were in changing the direction of your life? Have you had a moment of boom following reading of those books, which led to prosperity, success, and recognition? Probably not. Did you ask yourself why? We are reading piles of books every year. We are filling our brains with a lot of information, which not going to stay with us for long. Because we are not locking information in our brains. Soon, the information will be evaporated into air with little very chance to remember or put it in any use in life. On this channel, you'll learn and remember a book in every video in totally new effective way in less than 15 minutes. In the next few minutes, you'll learn how to remember information from today's book and apply it to your life in a new way in less than 15 minutes. In each video, we are applying the following steps. Step 1. We are extracting the key information from the book. Step 2. We are creating a model from the extracted information. Step 3. We are mapping the model to our life. Today's book. Today's book is Atomic Habits by James Clear. Atomic Habit is one of the best-selling self-help books. Step 1. We are extracting the key information from Atomic Habits book. The 1% compound effect rule. Every small change accounts. Big changes and successes are results of small steps that we are taking it in everyday life. Habits are working in the same way. We are learning them little by little to a point that they are going to be visible to us. Creating system, not focusing on goals. One of the important things of a system building is that you are enjoying the things that you are going to do and not losing your enthusiasm while the goals that you have in mind have been achieved. It is a kind of lifestyle making. Create your own identity. Creating your own identity is going to be the starting point of a habit change. It is important to emphasize on the role of self-determination and ideals that you are holding about yourself. It is critical to define yourself in life to who you want to be. Do you want to define yourself as a reader, physically fit, financially free, mentally strong, owning a business, etc.? Everything will follow your definition that you are giving it to yourself. The 4 rules of habit making and breaking. Rule 1. Make it obvious. Rule 2. Make it attractive. Rule 3. Make it easy. Rule 4. Make it satisfying. You need to apply these 4 rules to make or break any habit that you are visioning it for yourself. Second step. Creating a model for the key information that we have extracted from the Atomic Habits book. By creating a model, we are making sure that information pieces are linked together and fill the slots of a mosaic of knowledge instead of scattered parts. We are making information into knowledge, and the brain likes knowledge more than scattered information, and it's easier for brain to remember. First, we need to make a commitment or a vision for ourselves. This is an identity. This is the key information from the book. You need to decide who are you going to be in the next few years. What is going to be important thing that you want to achieve? Is wealth, health, happiness, or anything else? You need to decide your own identity, not to be given to you by others. The second step of creating a model is the process of change. How to make or break habit. Here, you need to create a system, certain rules that you are going to follow. Within the system, you need to apply the 4 rules of habit making or breaking. You need to make it obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. Then, you need to evaluate your habits at the end. Here, the 1% compound effect rule applies. You are evaluating your performance after a while. If you see small change and your vision has not been realized yet, then You need to go back to the first step to confirm your identity again and go back through the system and apply the rules of habit making or breaking in a loop. In the way, every small change will add up towards the realization of your vision. By the end, you are going to have a new version of yourself. Third step, mapping the model from Atomic Habits book. Now we need to map the model that we have just created from the information of the Atomic Habits book to our life. As you know, life is very complicated, whether it's health, wealth, learning, relations, diet, work, etc. Whatever part of your life landscape that you are planning to change or create a habit, it has to be represented and draw a link to the model that we have created based on the Atomic Habits book. The more links, the more things. This means you are activating synapses that you are already linked to other parts of your life. More links means you are going to enhance your memory, sharpen your focus, widen your awareness, and at the end, increase your level of intelligence. The more intelligent you get, the more chance you have to success. In the process, we have created a model from the information of the Atomic Habits book, and we mapped it to our life. Let's apply the book to our daily life and create specific models. We are trying to create habits for intermittent fasting and sleeping early. You can apply the model that we have created earlier to any habit that you are thinking of, like being more creative, not eating fast food, giving up smoking and alcohol, and so on. Let's apply it for intermittent fasting first. Just to be more clear for those who are new about intermittent fasting is not to have any food within certain periods of time during the day and night. Any food that causing secretion of a hormone called insulin, black tea, black coffee, water are permitted. Of course, tea and coffee without sugar and milk. First, I am going to emphasize on my identity, which is I am fasting. Fasting is going to be my identity and my vision. I need to be very affirmative and clear about my identity, that I am a faster. I am not going to say I'll try to fast or maybe. I am fasting, full stop. Second, I need to set up a system to realize my identity as intermittent fasting. I am going to apply the 4 rules of habit making from the book, make it obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying within this system. I cook at certain times of the day. This would help me to make it obvious that I am not going to eat outside of the cooking times that I set up. By doing this, I am giving a signal to my body that it is better not to carve for food because there is not one available. Second, I think about health benefits of intermittent fasting. This will make fasting more attractive to me, as the well-being of myself is very important to me. For example, if you are overweight and fasting will help you to achieve this, of course fasting is going to be attractive to you. Third, I am fasting for shorter periods of time for the start. This will make fasting easy, and gradual change is more acceptable than full dive-in. Fourth, I think about negative health consequences of not fasting. Thinking about of bad results following a good performance making my performance satisfying. Third, I need to evaluate the process of intermittent fasting as a habit. I need to evaluate changes to my health at certain periods of time, whether it is monthly, quarterly, or yearly. I need to check the parameters that are going to give me ideas about how much change I made since the start, like weight loss, mental clarity, energy, and so on. It is important you need to apply the compound effect rule from the book that any small change is still a count and it will create big change at the end. Don't be derailed by small progress or slow starting. Endurance is important. If I am not satisfied with the change that I made at the evaluation stage, then I need to go back to the start and make sure I am applying the rules and I continue. This process will loop until a new me will be born by the creation of the habit that I visioned for myself, in this case intermittent fasting. This may take a few months or years, or is going to stay with me forever as a new lifestyle. In this way, it is going to be much easier for me to have the essence of the book in few steps that will last with me forever, rather than bits of isolated information which I might never use it in my life. Now I produce knowledge of habit making or breaking, which is going to be much easier to remember and activate whenever is required. Let's create a model for the sleeping early. We are going to apply the model in the same manner as for the intermittent fasting. First, I'm declaring my identity as I'm sleeping early. Second, I create a system for myself and I apply the 4 rules of habit making. First, I'm going to bed at 10 p.m. to make it obvious that it is sleeping time. Second, I turn lights off and make sure I have plenty of fresh air to make sleeping attractive. Third, I do not use any electrical devices to make it easy to fall into sleep. Fourth, I make sure that I have a good sleep at the end to make it satisfying. Third, I'm going to evaluate my sleeping habit and make sure I apply the compound effect rule each time. I'll go through the process in a loop until the habit is going to stick with me and I create a new version of myself. Now let's map the 2 models that we have just created for intermittent fasting and sleeping early to my life landscape, where intermittent fasting and sleeping early are going to fit in a wider landscape of my life. Here we have just applied the book to make a habit for intermittent fasting and sleeping early, but it is better to apply the model to as many areas of your life landscape as possible. More links, more things. The more link I am creating to the model, the more I have the chance to think about it and activate the synapses within the brain. It is a scientific fact. The more you utilize the model by making links to various aspects of life, the more you are going to be aware in life in general and increase your intelligence. Hope you are enjoyed and use this book for making a new you in life. Thank you and see you in the next video.